Welcome to another week in my life. This time I'm going to be traveling, have some work in Tokyo, and it's Sakura season, so let's dive right in. Hello! Tomorrow morning I'm going on a little trip to the snow, so let me pack my suitcase with you guys tonight. I've been on so many trips before that I kind of already know what I want to pack and it's really fast for me. So the next morning I woke up and I was ready to go. We're at Tokyo Station where I'm buying my ticket for the train. There are so many trains leaving that I usually can just buy it on the day and it's no problem. At Tokyo Station now, and I met up with Corey. Ohayo!
Heyo.
And we're about to get on the Shinkansen, and I rarely take this one, so I'm kind of excited. It's going to be a different kind of feeling, different scenery. Let's go!
Let's go.
I usually only take the Shinkansen to Kyoto, so going to Tohoku or other parts of Japan is less common for me. And behind me is the Kissing Shinkansen, really popular for train fans to take photos of. Every time I see it, I'm kind of excited because it's so cute. And they basically, the Shinkansen are stuck together, but then at a certain point of the journey, they like separate and then they say goodbye. We're on the train on our way. It's only about an hour, so it's really easy to access the location. Great weather. And I don't really see this part of Tokyo, and it feels endless because when I go to Kyoto, I feel like it's only like 5 minutes of Tokyo and then we're out. But this is just like endless city, scenery, and then tunnel. The train trip was only about an hour and a half. Corey and I had a lot of catching up to do, and he even gave me a really nice present. Thank you so much. He got this from a pottery town on his recent travels. It was really pleasant. We just got off. It's my second time ever in Echigo Yuzawa. It's very chilly. I was expecting it to be a little warmer because it's nearly spring, but there is snow. Echigo Yuzawa is the entryway into Niigata from Tokyo, and of course I had to have a little bit of lunch before heading on to the next location. This is soba, one of my favorite Japanese dishes, as well as tempura, before heading on our bus that we had reserved to go to the Prince Hotel. Welcome to the Naeba Prince Hotel. Come in for a room tour because I might have the coolest room at a ski resort in Japan. Oh my god, not only do I have a hammock, but I am right in front of the ski resort. Like, look at it! I've never seen a hotel in my life that's right in front. This is ski in, ski out. It's actually been a dream of mine to stay at the Prince Hotel because it's a really famous hotel chain here in Japan. And they invited me, so thank you very much. I picked this room because it has a hammock. Da-da-da. This looks so unnatural. I'm relaxing. Relax. This is actually a room just for me. Corey is my neighbor, so I get 2 massive beds to chill out on. Oh, he's gonna crash again. Anyhow, I can't wait to take you around. This place is way bigger than I imagined. So yeah, but the sun is setting and Corey is about to go out snowboarding. So let's get ready. They have a ski and snowboard rental store right inside the hotel, so it's incredibly convenient. Both Corey and I got all our stuff in here before heading outside. We just rented some snow gear. Corey's gonna go hit the slopes. I'm gonna go up the gondola and just get a view because today is very sunny, great weather. Woo! I'm so excited! Let's go!
Let's go!
Wait, have you snowboarded in Japan before?
Never. This is my first time snowboarding in Japan. I've always wanted to go. This is great. And already, we're in the gondola and people are waving at us. I love Japan. I love it. Hi.
Once we got to the top of the mountain, Corey and I parted ways and he went off to shred while I did my own thing. The view from up here is insane. Even though I'm not skiing, I'm having so much fun. This is the perfect getaway out of Tokyo because it only takes like less than 2 hours really to get here and I'm already in the mountains at a ski resort. It's kind of crazy. This is such a good start to my week. This time I'm all about après-ski, so I went to hit up the food market, which during the middle of the season they have so many more restaurants and food trucks, but I just went for the hot chocolate and a churros before heading back to my room to relax a little bit. And they actually have an onsen in the hotel, so yes, I took a dip. Unfortunately, I can't show you because, you know, it's private, before going to the dinner buffet. They have a buffet inside of the hotel, and that's what I'm having for dinner. There was so much stuff. I kind of was like, oh my god, I want it all. They even had a tempura frying station. That is so cool. I love staying in nice hotels. All the food was incredibly delicious. I felt so satisfied, and before heading back to the room, we went to the club room, which is an exclusive space where you can have drinks and enjoy the view. So that was a nice way to end our first night here. Ohayou gozaimasu. I had the best sleep last night. I needed it. I was exhausted, and I woke up to the most amazing view. I will never get over this. I want this every time I stay at a ski resort now. I gave my parents a call and they were like, oh my god. So I feel like I'll bring them here if they make it to Japan. I'm wearing a new beanie today. You guys know I have a huge beanie collection. Debuting it. I got it a year ago and I just never had a chance to wear it. So for the breakfast buffet, they had fresh made omelette, which is one of my favorite things to get, but they also had fresh made onigiri, these tiny little ones as well. It was perfect for me because I don't really have a huge appetite in the morning. After heading back to the room, quickly got changed into my snow gear before heading out to do some snow tubing. Corey was shredding once again and I tried something new. This was so fun. I was a little nervous, but look how fast they go and they like swing me around. So if you don't ski or snowboard, there are some other activities to enjoy the snow with. I headed up to the top of the gondola to check out the Restaurant Prince cafe. They had butter chicken curry as well as hot chocolate, which is perfect if you're skiing. Otherwise, there are so many other facilities, cafes, restaurants inside this Naeba Prince Resort. I was just impressed with how much there was. There's even a pharmacy, as well as a ski gear store. Literally everything you could ever want. I have a bit of free time now, so I'm just checking out the convenience store that's inside the hotel, and I love when a hotel has a convenience store in Japan. It's like the ultimate convenience store. And they have a lot of stuff I've never seen before because it's in Niigata. I'm tempted to get something local to the area, but also pick up some souvenirs because I got souvenirs too. I found the cutest souvenir. It's this milk carton with waffles inside. I love this. I'm gonna get it. I am obsessed with milk packaging and this is kind of the best thing I've ever found. With that, it was already time to head back to Tokyo, so I packed my bags and said goodbye. Thank you so much for having us. I'm definitely going to come back. This is where they hold Fuji Rock, so I'm going to be back in the summer. But before going back to Tokyo, I needed to pick up some souvenirs at the Echigo Yuzawa station because they had a lot of cool stuff. I did a lot of souvenir shopping, like a lot, so I'm happy. I squeezed it all into about 10 minutes. Pretty successful. Time to board this train and head home. This is my haul. I got amazake, those waffles I showed you before, some koji for cooking, rice, as well as this local wagashi, which has red bean paste inside for the train journey back to Tokyo. I was welcomed back to Tokyo with some rainy weather, so I took it easy in the morning with my coffee. I made myself a bagel. I am obsessed with this cheese that I recently got. After that, I just worked through some of my deadlines. I had a video to post that night, but I didn't want to miss out on the first budding sakura because if you know anything about sakura, they also disappear very quickly and the rain is here to stay for a little while. Sakura! I just had a little quick walk and enjoyed nature before coming back home. This is the craziest thing, but I am about to have an interview with a Japanese TV show. That's never happened before. I've never been properly on Japanese TV, like in a studio. This would be really cool if I got it, but I have no idea what they're looking for except an Australian who speaks Japanese. Let's see. I just finished. It was like 20 minutes long. I think I did the best I could. I was put on the spot for a few of those questions, but you know, we handled it. And now it's time to eat because I am starving. It feels so good to be busy after having such a slow year and past few months. I'm very happy, but being busy means I don't always have time to cook. So going out to eat something and feel satisfied is super important to get me through the day. So this is an Italian restaurant in the neighborhood where I got a lunch set. Afterwards, I wanted a little snack because I have a bad habit of going to the convenience stores. So yes, I did get a little pick-me-up cafe latte as well as a sweet treat. Look at the cool packaging the Lawson store is doing right now for coffees. I love it. I didn't expect that. I forgot they do that because now I make coffee at home most of the time. I finished editing the video that is going out tonight and now I am going on to the video that I just filmed yesterday. So today is really a stay at home, edit and be productive kind of day. It's kind of perfect considering it's a rainy, moody weekday. I'm actually about to make a thumbnail for this video, and that's one of the most important things if you do YouTube. So I typically take about an hour or so and make 5 to 6 different versions that are final, but it's sometimes 20 versions. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I have a bunch of thumbnail options, but I haven't looked through them yet. So yeah, I gotta go through all my footage and find something. I spent a bit of time finalizing my thumbnail. Once I was happy, it was time to grab some dinner. I did not have it in me to cook, so we're doing something really easy, and it's not the healthiest, but you know, sometimes life be like that. This is a gyudon from Matsuya. It wasn't enough for me last time I got that for dinner, so I'm picking up a side from the convenience store. This is edamame as well as zarusoba, although I did not need the zarusoba. I was pretty satisfied with my edamame gyudon combination. Of course, I needed to check out the sakura as well in the evening because I love them, so I did go out for a little sneaky walk before going to bed. I wasn't kidding when I said I'm pretty busy these days. Friday and Saturday, I had a trip planned with a friend where we rented a car to go out to a few day trip locations from Tokyo. Of course, 7-Eleven is a necessity on any car trip, so I got my pizza-man because there was no time for brekkie. I wasn't that organized. And then we went back in the car, and this is my new tumbler I'm using. I made some drip coffee to take for the journey. But look at all the sakura lining the streets. The whole drive to Hakone was just filled with beautiful sakura. I was actually gleaming. It was amazing. For lunch, I had favorited this udon restaurant, which ended up being inside a art museum in Hakone. It was so serene and peaceful. I highly recommend it if you're in the area. They had a garden space. It was really quiet and peaceful. Not to mention the udon with the beef was so tasty. I loved it so much that I actually recreated it a few nights later. If you're expecting Hakone sightseeing, that's not what was happening. It was basically a food adventure because the last time I went, I had this insanely amazing experience at this amazake tea house, which is super historic. I think it's over 400 years old. So since we had the car, I really wanted to go, and thankfully we did. If you're in the area, I do recommend this. This is one of my favorite places in the entire mountain area of Hakone. You get these mochi, they have shoyu, kinako, as well as black sesame. So tasty, and this is what people used to eat when they were hiking from Kyoto to Tokyo back in the day to get energy. Did I need energy? Yes. Why? I don't know, because really all I'm doing is eating this week. But, you know, I'm like a Snorlax. I swear we did some stuff in between those meals, but we're already at dinner time, and this was, I think, 8 p.m. or so. There's not much open in the countryside after a certain point, so even though it was only 8 p.m., most of the restaurants are closed. We ended up going to a kamameshi specialist store, which isn't my favorite type of food, but I can enjoy it. It's the way they cook it. I think it has a bit of a fishy flavor. Nonetheless, it was tasty, as well as the sukiyaki, which I'm always a big fan of. The next morning, we left bright and early to head over to the Shonan area, which is an area I'm frequenting a lot more now. The journey there was once again beautiful, lots of nature as well as sakura. The first stop was a smoothie bowl place that my friend recommended. I'm kind of getting into acai lately. I really want to go on a diet once my ankle is healed because I've just been eating so much. But nonetheless, the food journey continues. This had been a really cool place I had favorited that had matcha lattes, tiramisu, normal lattes, and the person creating it was a latte master. So highly, highly recommend. Of course, in the area, the beach is one of the most beautiful things you can see. So spent some time looking at the ocean before heading back to Tokyo. When I do cook, I like to freeze some of my leftovers. So these hambagu were some that I made previously that I whipped up, as well as a matcha and boiled veggies for a nabe. This is one of my go-to meals lately. I'm really into nabe because it's so easy and tasty, as well as healthy. I'm on my way to enjoy the cherry blossoms because it's the perfect weather here in Tokyo. It's about 20 degrees, which after such a long cold winter is the best feeling. So I was invited to a hanami, which is a flower viewing, and usually you'll bring snacks and food as well as bento. So I went to the Natural Lawson, which I think has some of the best snacks for a hanami. However, almost everything was sold out except for the Lawson goods. So if you're in Japan, check it out. They just dropped this.
Even beer was limited. Like, I like to have some of these hazy pale ales, but all the classics were almost all gone. You can see how, sparse it is. There were some nice fancy chips that I picked up, as well as some snacks. I even found a really cute designed oi ocha. With that, I picked up a lot of stuff. It was really heavy, and I started walking over to Yoyogi Park, which isn't too far from Yoyogi Uehara, and the whole street was lined with sakura. It was so lovely walking through Tokyo. Everyone's in such a good mood. I'm on my way to a hanami event. It's my first one of the year. Might be my only one because it's about to rain a lot from tomorrow. I was expecting Yoyogi Park to be busy, but not as busy as it was. My goodness, it was insane. I could barely walk through the crowds. I stopped filming because I just needed to focus on making it there in one piece. I gotta find everyone, which will be a bit of a struggle, I think. It is so packed. Oh my goodness. Somehow, miraculously, I found my group of people and enjoyed some delicious snacks that other people had brought, like these vegan dango, as well as vegan fruto sando with ichigo inside. Oh, look at the sakura petals coming down. This was such a lovely experience, and I hope I can squeeze in a hanami before the season ends, but who knows. After the hanami, it was time to head home from Harajuku, which was very busy. So I was really excited to just go home and have some nice home-cooked food because I need to get back into cooking. It has been a long time eating out. I really loved that hot udon dish that I had in Hakone, so I tried to recreate it. Honestly, I did a pretty good job. I don't know. I think I'm a pro chef. Not quite, but we're getting there. It could be sakura season all year long, and I do not think I would get tired of it. Maybe I would, because that's what humans are like, but I am so happy every morning I wake up and I look outside my window and see these petals flying through the air and the sakura trees just blooming on every corner in the distance. I'm so happy. I feel like it gives me so much energy, minus the whole hay fever, pollen symptoms. Apart from that, it's a great time to be in Japan. Oh, so pretty. There's bright pink ones, there's white sakura. It's just such a pleasant time to be here. I know that visiting Japan during the spring season can be quite expensive, but if you can book your trip, it's a great time of year to visit. Plus, if you want to fit in skiing, you can go to a place like Naeba Prince Hotel to enjoy the snow as well. So it's a really good time of year to visit Japan because you can experience cold temperature, warm temperatures, a little bit of everything. All right, where am I headed? Back to Harajuku, everybody, because I was invited to enjoy a spring food event at Bill's, which is actually one of my all-time favorite cafes because, well, it's from Sydney, Australia, which is my hometown. So the fact that they asked me to come and try their spring hanami menu, I was thrilled. Bill's has a lot of locations in Japan, but one of the most iconic and popular is the one in Harajuku. There are often lines, so be prepared if you do want to come here. And the great thing about the hanami event is that they had sakura inside for me to enjoy as well. Of course, for everyone else too, but I was very excited. We had this cake inside, and I was taking all my photos on my Fujifilm, which I think they turned out amazing. There was a chicken schnitzel as well for the set, but the highlight for me was this tea that I had. It was a sparkling hibiscus tea. I really want to recreate this. It was the perfect light fizzy drink for the spring, and it wasn't sweet at all, or just the perfect level of sweetness. After the lovely lunch outing, I had a lot of work to get to, and luckily I had a friend with me who had access to the WeWork in Harajuku, which was right next door. It was my first time actually going to WeWork in Japan. I used it in Sydney for my old job. Love that you get free tea, coffee, as well as beer, although I think it's really expensive, and as a kind of self-employed freelancer, I kind of wonder if I should hire an office space to go to daily, but then at the same time, I kind of like exploring new cafes and remote working. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm curious. For dinner, it was kind of late, so I didn't cook. I know I really should be better, but I got gyukatsu because it had been a long time and I was kind of craving it. This is one of my favorite chain restaurants in Japan. Every time I get it, I'm pretty happy. It's super tasty and very filling. So that was a week in my life. Thanks for watching along, and I'll see you guys in a new video very soon. There's lots of updates coming, so stay tuned. Bye bye.